Underground versus mainstream. Is there really a difference anymore? What is underground? What is mainstream? Hip hop is pop now. All types of hip hop, simply because of how popular hip hop is. The whole world is basically hip hop culture for the most part now. Either that or it's just what we personally, our world is hip hop. So as far as we are concerned, hip hop is pop music, even if it's underground. You know, that's the popular music, because pop only stands for popular. What I love about hip hop nowadays, that like everybody says hip hop is this, hip hop is that, hip hop is dead. To you maybe, you're listening to the wrong people. But my thing here is the internet has just leveled everything. You could make a song that clearly says fuck the government, and if you've got the right fan base and the right support, you're going to face opposition. Clearly you're saying fuck the government in your music or whatever, but if you want that number one spot and your fan base wants you to have that number one spot, you are number one. I don't think it really matters if you make underground or if you make mainstream music nowadays. I don't think there's so much of a difference anymore. We are not dictated what is popular now. Yeah, if you listen to the radio, you're going to listen to some cheesy, repetitive, poppy, trap bullshit, of course. But we don't have to listen to the radio anymore. Back in the day, when all you had to really listen to on the way somewhere was the radio and your CDs, of course. But now, where we've got the internet, and we got internet with us all the time, we've got internet the whole time we're home, we've got internet in the car, we've got internet most places where we go to work. We've got that luxury of choice of everything, so there's no type of music that can necessarily be forced on us, because there's a million artists out there that don't even achieve some of these things. That, like, obviously every day we are artists, like all different, like I'm a producer, some of you are artists, some singers, rappers, whatever, but we're all artists, just like the person who paints a picture. You know, we're artists. We contribute to an art, but there's so many people out here that are making music that now we have all this choice. I don't think there's so much of a underground or mainstream anymore. I feel like you don't have to make a certain type of music to get big now. You know, and especially where someone like Kendrick and J. Cole, and I use these examples a lot because why not? They're, like, right now, it's Kendrick and J. Cole. What? But for the content that they put out, for the message they spread, and how big they are in relation to, like, I know we feel like people like Young Thug are big or whatever, but only big in the sense that they're always in front of us. You know, put Kendrick's CD next to Young Thug's CD and do the numbers. Is underground hip hop not on top right now? You know, do we really need to conform to making pop club music to get somewhere? Do we really need to do that? If you feel like you're making pop music, the definition of pop from back in the day or whatever, simply because you think that that's what's going to get you on, that's what people are going to tune into now, not the case. Kendrick, J. Cole, even Drake with his last album was all, you know, hard bars and shit. If they're his. I'm not even going to get into that debate. But do we really need to conform anymore? No. All we need to do is build our fan base and stay true to our sound and stick with it. We don't need to sell out. We don't need to cross over. We don't need to do any of that shit. We just build our fan base. That's all we need to do, folks. That's all. We don't have to make particular type of music. We don't need to reference particular things. We don't need to rub elbows with the Illuminati and all that shit. Of course we're going to face obstacles the higher we get and the more money we make or whatever, you know, but that's just wherever you're in, you're going to face that opposition. But do we really need to make that poppy music? Is underground not the mainstream now, in a sense? You know, I know there's more hardcore artists than someone like Kendrick or J. Cole, but there's nothing stopping those people from getting to that level, you know. Yeah, Kendrick may have Interscope backing or whatever, but you know, the internet has made so much possible. No more excuses. You can rap about anything you want to and get big as long as you've got the fan base. So build the fan base. If you want to know how to build the fan base, click the links in the description. Check out the videos. If they're not on the side, just subscribe to the channel. take a look through. There's a whole bunch of stuff on building a fan base. But yeah, underground versus mainstream, is it even a thing anymore? Don't get mad, get motivated, don't make hits, make history. Peace.